Hello, welcome everyone to decision model demo using Sitecore CDP. My name is Walt Rolle. I'm the global head of Sitecore Competency at EPAM, and I'm joined by my colleague Nirav. Would you like to say hi to the group?
Hey, hello everyone.
All right, let us go over the scenario real quick. So we're a marketer that's managing a site that sells aftermarket accessories and other manufacturer parts. And the simple use case here is that when a visitor arrives at the site with a certain type of device, we just want them to show them accessories for that device. So if you have an iPhone, we'll show you iPhone accessories. And we're going to show you decision models, offers, and web experience, and also connections as part of this, as part of the primary features utilized to put together this simple personalization example. So with that, let me turn it over to Nirav here to take us through the various object model of CDP that's going to fuel this decision-making presentation.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Walt. Hello everyone. I'm Nirav Desai. I'm solution architect at EPAM, currently learning Sitecore CDP and then also exploring the great features that they're offering. Let me turn to the decision model that we are going to show today. It's pretty straightforward in terms of how you can create different experience and experiments, but then it also drives a good complex logic if you want to drive that way. We'll start with web experience that we are going to showcase today. So we have created called smart product listing, which is can say a kind of a listing which will detect the device of the user who is browsing the website right now and showcase different piece of content based on their device types. So we have created a content, and it's driven by decision model, which we will talk later in this demo. We'll simply start with the content piece. And this is kind of a template of HTML and some JavaScript, and which can be easily created by easy front-end developers. It's driven by the Sitecore CDP itself. We do not need to use external systems or frameworks to do certain piece of coding. So basically this is section HTML, and this is a repeater which will repeat the product, and this is all available by the CDP JavaScript itself. No need to configure a separate version of it. Of course, we do have some styling CSS available, which was driven by our web page. But you can also override your CSS or add a couple extra CSS if you want to from here, which will also be injected into your HTML when the experience runs. The JavaScript is pretty simple here, but you can always write a very complex version of it as well. Currently, we are generating this HTML on the fly and inserting as part of the body in the HTML, which is pretty straightforward for the product listing section. The main feature here is an API, which will basically get the data from the decision model, which we are going to talk next, and then feed that as a JSON data to the HTML to loop through the stuff. So you get the data from API, the HTML will be built, and through JavaScript, it will be injected as body section, and your experience is ready to be driven without any additional code that you might have to write on your web page. So this is all dynamically driven. Let's switch to decision model. So we have created this smart device detector, and here you have options to create a draft version, test version, production, and of course archive. The draft version is something that if you want to taste without actually moving into the taste mode, so you can taste as like a developer version of it. And then if you want to actually taste on your website, you can use their tool to do a taste, and then before you even move to production, and simply you can move from one state to another state by just dragging and dropping, which is very easy for the user who's going to create all of this. And then there are other options, like you can see the operations, if it is running in production, how many times it got executed, failed execution in last 15 minutes, 3 hours, and 2-day option. It also you can also like write your hypothesis and other stuff if for better understanding. We'll go about this version. So when you go to the canvas, this is the entire canvas that you can see, and then you can create different input models and output entities and variables. So currently for this particular demo, what we are doing is we are taking the input data as a session of the current user who is browsing the website. So we take that data and then feed it to our programmable, which is basically detecting my device. It's again a server-side JavaScript, which says, look at my current guest, look at its session, and then the current event channel type, and that's the device type that we are going to get from the browser. And then the data will be fed to the decision table. Decision table is also connected with offers here, as you can see. So offers here shows or serve as a knowledge source for different offers to be connected with the decision table, and then you can show different offers based on the different decision that your model is going to make. Let me open this and I can show you. So as I described here in device detection, we will return the value of the current device type, which is basically the input for the decision offer. So as you can see here, this is the input. So different type of input, and this is, you can keep adding more and more, and you can select which offer you want to send as an output, and then additional data. We are using bin ID here, and then I will talk about why bin ID for this particular demo. We are going to how we are going to use it. But you can have your input, you can have your output, and you can keep adding more and more output if you want to, based on the input and output decision that you might have. There are other policies, like you can either say, I want to match the unique value, I want to match the first value, I want to match any value, I want to match collections. So these are different set of policies that you can configure. So if you have, let's say, 2 iPhone options, you can say, I want to match first, or I want to match any, and then whichever comes first, it will be the output. Coming back to the canvas, the decision table is feeding the data to data system, which I'm going to talk about the next. Data system is our third-party data connector, which is currently serving as an API feed for data. So, for example, you can connect to your like, let's say, Sitecore Order Cloud or any other third-party system which can give you the data. So we are passing this input data with this bin ID to our data system, and this is the input. So we are mapping that bin ID, which is an output of this is an offer, and that will be passed to the data connection for the API as a dynamic value, and then we are going to get the JSON of the product's data as an output.
Right. So if I had a product catalog, for instance, and I had some tagging data on the catalog of Android, for instance, my API call to the catalog could be decorated with that tag, and then that data for just the Android accessories be bound to the what will be sent to the presentation in that repeater, and then that's
Yeah.
how it's wired up.
Yeah. So you can have multiple inputs. I mean, currently we only need one, but you can have multiple filters or parameters that you can pass along with your API call, and based on that, whatever response that you are going to get will be fed back to the HTML that we show before, like in the web experience portion, on the API side. So if I go back to the API here, I think it will make more sense now, because we know the decision table and model here. So this API is fetching the data of the decision model output, which is basically the API call, going to give you the JSON data, and then the JSON data is being passed here from API to the HTML for the repeater, and it will generate the entire HTML for you. If that makes sense.
Yep.
For clarifying the answer.
Okay.
Okay. So coming back to decision model, we talked about the offer source in the canvas while we were talking about the feeding of the offers here. So I'll quickly show you can create different offers from here. This is an offer template. You can also create different type of offer templates, but basically all your offers are listed here. And as you can see, like iPhone offer or web offer or an Android offer that we have created. So you have your title description. If you want to keep it active, inactive, you can also schedule them. It also can pass additional attributes if you want, as you are passing the data from your server to the browser, and then you can have your own JavaScript or custom JavaScript, which can do additional stuff if you want to showcase that way. And coming to the third-party connection that we were talking about in decision model. So this is the one that we have created. It is very simple JSON bin right now we have used for the demo. So as you can see here, the $bean ID is being passed by the decision model output. If I quickly open here a new tab, you see here in the decision table, we are setting this as an output column, and that will be injected here in the data system as an input with this bean ID. And that's exactly what is your variable here being used to pass for the API call. And then you say, I want this data. The third-party system will give you the data that will be fed back to the canvas. And because this is your last entity, it will respond back to the API call that we have in the web experience. So this is how it's so you start with the web experience. You connect the web experience with the decision model. Decision model can have an independent logic to be executed, or you can also connect third-party services to have more data coming back, and then your decision model will feed back the data to the web experience API, and then web experience API will build the HTML, and it will be served as output to your web browser. And this is without any piece of code that you have to write on your browser side coding or website that you already have. This is all dynamic that you are generating from this. So I'll quickly switch to the demo of this, how it's working right now. So for iPhone, we have a couple of accessories here. I'll just refresh the page to make sure it is rendering the right version. So as you can see, because in the emulator I have used iPhone, it is showing up all the iPhone related accessories on the web page. If I switch to, for example, iPad, and I refresh the page again because it's an emulator, it started showing up all the iPaid related accessories, and this is pretty fast. As you can see, there's no lag, no connection issue. You simply refresh and you see the output. So Walt, do
Very
you
cool.
have any questions on this?
Yeah, I'm excited to get some of these into a real production site. So this is really cool. A lot of decisions behind the scenes, but very simple end result here for the visitor. So that just goes to show the sophistication that's in the system, but an outcome for the customer in this case to quickly see what's more relevant to them. If in fact this scenario we've decided on, which is if you're there with this device, then you'd be more interested in those accessories. Obviously, you can create more sophisticated logic based on your content and marketing strategies, but the tool is there to facilitate this.
Yep, and I can quickly show the HTML and JavaScript that we have used for this demo to showcase, how this entire experience is driven by the Sitecore CDP itself without any additional code required here. So let me quickly share my Notepad with HTML and JavaScript inside it. As you can see, this is the web page that you see on the browser, and there is, other than linking it to the style sheet of the page and the JavaScript, there is no HTML required here. It's all driven and created by the Sitecore CDP itself. Like whatever you see here, the title, description, all the product listing, it's created by the Sitecore CDP itself. And the only JavaScript that we might have to include, and that you anyways have to include when you integrate with Box Saver or Sitecore CDP right now, is that you need to inject your you have to have your Box Saver settings, and then you need to inject the basic library that you need to connect with Box Saver or Sitecore CDP. The only function that I wrote myself is detecting the browser of the user, and then serve that as an event when I'm pushing my session to Sitecore CDP. So what I'm doing is, and there will be other options as well and there are other options in terms of, if you don't want to use events, you can use session. You can also use custom actions if you want to that way. But this is the pretty simple, straightforward version. So you have a view event of the page, and you anyways going to need this. The only additional stuff that I added is the channel. Instead of the regular web channel, I have added the channel that is detecting the current user's browser based on the user agent. That's it. Nothing specific, and it just create the event. This event will register the data into Sitecore CDP that what channel I'm coming from, and then the entire experience is driven by the channel that the user is coming from.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you for putting that together. Yeah. So just to wrap up, we can see that we can access session data in this case and leverage that key visitor information like device as input to a decision model to process our business logic for the best decision, in which this case was product offers. And then we can inject that presentation into the website using a web experience, which had the content and the markup. So that concludes our demonstration today. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you online.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you so much.